Hello everyone, how's it going? Here is Max, and today we're going to be looking at two notes lead preamp. Well, there are 9 people watching right now. How are you doing, guys? Where are you? How's the oh, wait a sec, I have to mute the sound. Yeah, good. So now everything's done. Just give me a quick feedback if everything's fine and you can hear me, and I'll also try to play some guitar to check that, because there's a lot going on here and it's really not easy to keep everything working at all times. Okay. So this is going to the PA, and now it should go to the stream as well. Everything's fine. Nice. Good to hear that. Alright, well, if everything works, then we can probably begin with this thing here. Oh, we probably don't need this cable. Good. So, lead. Probably some of you have already watched the, how do you call it? The first impression video on all two notes preamps, which I had as a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and then it's actually coming out as a cut edited version on Tuesday, in a couple of days from now. So you'll be able to watch that compressed into like 15 minutes or something instead of 3 hours. Good. Well, because I already have it like that, unpacked, and because I unpacked it during the first stream, I have it recorded, pre-recorded. So let's go through that real quick, because that's the first thing. Oh no, that's not the first thing we're going to be doing. The first thing we're going to be doing is research. That's what I call it. Let's go to two notes first of all. Notes.com. Here we are, and take a closer look at what it is and what does the website say. Products, lead preamp. Here it is. Well, 2 channels, starter tube, true high voltage design. Well, we'll check that later on. Fusion modes, FX loop, speaker simulation, MIDI, headphones output, and WOS, which stands for the wall of sound. Wall of sound is VST plugin, just generally a plugin for your software which works as a speaker simulation thing. Because the lead doesn't have its own speaker simulation. Well, I mean, based on impulse responses, there's an analog speaker simulation inside, and for impulses we're going to need the wall of sound. Description. Yeah, I think that's exactly the same as what we have on the box right here. Yep, exactly the same thing. Are there any questions yet? Let me check. Oh, it's somewhere else. Okay, let me go here. Nice. Oh, I actually have a... Good. Yeah, let's get back to this. Yeah, the box goes back. There's a demo, apparently, a link to the user manual, which I already have. Anything we specifically need to know? 200 volts. So it may be dangerous to open it and mess inside of it. 2 channels plus fusion mode. Yes, we know that already. Cold fusion, hot fusion, switching and multi-channel mode. That is interesting. We will check these in details tonight. Integrated speaker simulation. Yeah, that's something I already told you about. Application, connection options, MIDI. We'll cover it all tonight. Okay, Lilith comes with 16 cabs license for Wall of Sound. That's true. I have already installed Wall of Sound and tried different cabs. Some of them sound really, really great. And this software is really, really flexible. Specs. Okay, we will cover that a little bit later. Oh, I didn't know there was a list of cabinets coming with it. That's very nice. How about that? Settings. Okay, power amp. Nice. So that's basically what you get in the Wall of Sound coming with the lid. And I guess my favorite would be... let me take a look at that. I think it's not here. Yeah, it's not here. It must be coming with a Lee Clean or something, or Lee Crunch. Anyway. Well, enough of this. Can we actually buy it right here from the website? I guess if we go to the store, is there a store anywhere here? Where to buy? To Note store. Yeah. Then probably we'll find it here. I wonder what the price is. 299 euros or 249 tax excluded. Okay, how about Thomann? Yeah, Thomann is already there. Let's say lead. Here we go. 250. That's a nice price for a 2 preamp. Okay, what about let's say Sweetwater? Just wondering if we can get it there. Yep. It's $299, so it's probably more or less the same price as that would be in Europe in euros. Good. How about Sound House? Let's say 2 notes. Yeah, I'm surprised. Okay, how much would that be in euros? Let's say 39,800. 39,800 Japanese and 2 euros. That'd be 300. Oh, look. It's for the first time that I see something is more expensive in Japan than in Europe or in the States. That's I didn't see this coming, I have to say. Okay, let me check if there are any questions from you yet. Not really. Good. Okay, so which means we can continue. We just covered the where to get it. Section, price, availability, yeah. So basically, I'll give you a link to Thomann in the description below. You can always check it. Unboxing. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I have unboxed this preamp a couple of weeks ago, which means I have it pre-recorded, and let's take a look at that. I think it must be this one. Lead. Well, what does this one say? Kicking in channel B unleashes the fury of a super tight modern high gain amp. That's what I was expecting, and I'm really curious if I can get my kind of tone with this preamp. All the same things, the manual. I wonder if they have different versions of the manual, like what is called revisions. Doesn't say anything. Pictures, stuff like that. So it's the same manual for all the preamps. Doesn't matter which one you have, you will get exactly the same book with it. All right. The same power supply, I assume. The preamp needs 500 milliamps, but the power supply gives you 1 amp. And the unit. Alright, that was the unboxing we've done. Oh, I have to mute the mic again, sorry about that. Here we go. Yeah, that was the unboxing we've done a few weeks ago. Let's go through the stuff here real quick. So we've got channel A and channel B, volume and gain control for channel A, 2-tone controls, treble and bass. For channel B, there are 3-tone controls, and the mid control is somehow adjustable, so you can pick a band somewhere in the middle to adjust it with this control. Volume and gain as well, and the fusion knob is here to mix 2 channels together when they are in the fusion mode, because when you press 2 put switches at the same time, the preamp goes into the fusion mode, so 2 channels become active at the same time, simultaneously, and then you can also pick an option cold or hot, which means in the cold mode they'll be running in parallel, just like if you were using 2 different amps at the same time, clean and distorted. And in the hot mode they will be in series, so the output of channel A will go into the input of channel B, and channel A will work as a boost kind of thing, so you would probably be using an overdrive pedal sometimes to boost the signal a little bit, but here you can do it with channel A instead. Alright, on the left we've got the, let's zoom in a little bit, like that. So on the left we've got the power connector. It says it needs 500 milliamps, 12-volt power supply, headphones output with speaker simulation, and I think speaker simulation is only routed to the headphones output and to the DI output. For DI output there's also ground lift, yeah, I think that would be better to keep it this way, MIDI output, FX loop return, and main output. On the other side we've got the input. Through this output is linked together with input, so you can send a dry signal from here to anywhere else, maybe another preamp or another amp, or to your audio interface. This is the FX loop send. And MIDI input. Nothing on the front, nothing on the back, nothing on the bottom, just it says that it's designed at in some place in France and made in China. that's it. Good, so that was the unit. I guess now we can proceed with some more specs. Yep. Okay. How heavy this thing is. Let's take a look. So I've got my scale right here. The same scale I always use. But for some reason it's not working. Unstable. Okay, let's do it again. How about now? Good, although I prefer it in grams. Alright. That would be 910 gram or 2 pounds. Almost exactly 2 pounds. So yeah, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, this thing is kind of heavy. It's heavy and it's huge. Let's check the size. So that would be 12 or 4 3/4. Probably that would be the better way to measure it. 7.5 or 19 centimeters, almost 7.5, and height. Five centimeters or 2 inches. Okay, just to give you some reference about how big this thing actually is. Let's take a few more pedals. I'm just looking for pedals right now because I have them all over the place. Yeah, that would be a good example. That would be a good example. So this is standard size pedal, standard size modern pedal, Hammond enclosure, 1590B or BB, something like that. So like a very standard enclosure. Everybody is building pedals based on this kind of thing. This is a delay pedal from Spain, Barcelona, Spain. Really nice one. All right, so that would be a tube screamer. It's a little bit bigger. And this would be a Snickers size pedal. So yeah, this thing is really huge. You can probably fit maybe 3 tube screamers here, or 3 other pedals instead of just this one. So it's really, really big. Hello, Green Tick. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for commenting and watching this stuff live, which is a new experience for me as well. Alright, well, now we're getting close to disassembly, the part I like, and some of you I know like too. And last week it took me a hell of a lot of time to take apart the Spring King reverb. So this time I'll try to be quicker because I already know what's inside. And I have all my tools ready to go right here. So let's get to it. Oops. I think this is not the right one. Here's the thing, because we know that, well, there's a tube inside, right? The manufacturer mentions that the circuit runs at 200 volts. This is hard to believe, right? Because normally our pedals work at 9, 12, 18 volts. This one needs 12 volts power supply. So where do those 200 volts come from? That's a good question. We'll find out real soon. But for the tube, you anyhow need at least 250 probably. So there must be something inside that converts 12 volts into something bigger. The question is, does the rest of the circuit really run, come on, on 200 volts or less? This is the hardest part of this disassembly, I guess. I can just do it like that, probably. No. Because this bottom plate sits in there really, really tightly. It's really hard to get it out of there. It's a good fit, so to speak. Ah, come on. All right. Someone mentioned there's a football game going on right now. Is that true? Is it still going? Because I have no idea. Okay. Plan B. Let's try the other side. No. It worked before. Okay. Now we're talking. Good. Have it removed. We'll do that a little later. Right now, actually. Do I have my magic key? Yes, I do. So the first look inside. There's a tube there, a couple of rubber feet. I don't know what they are for. Probably for kind of isolation, because this is a pure metal. So probably to isolate the board from short circuits. 2 momentary switches and 3 boards. There's one more board there. All right, let's take these two screws out. Good, so now it's time for the jacks. I know some people were actually waiting for this review for quite some time. Which is really good. So apparently we have a lot of people from Russia watching us right now. What about other countries? Anyone from the States, maybe? Is NAMM still going on? Because it was this week, right? NAMM, summer NAMM in Nashville. I wonder if it's over by now. Or is it still ongoing? I don't know. Alright. Okay, let's take this out. Carefully. Somehow I did that. Yeah. Okay, here we go. South America, very nice. Chile. Dutch Australian, wow. have a friend from Chile, yeah, who was teaching me Spanish a little bit last summer. I don't remember anything, maybe just a couple of things. All right, here we go. I wonder if I shall unplug this or maybe unscrew this too. No, probably not, I don't need to. So here's the board. Let's zoom in. Can we? Yeah. A tube right here. A couple of relays. 1 relay, 2 relay, 3 relay. This looks like some evil capacitors. Yeah, for 250 volts. So those are definitely for the tube and for the high voltage circuits. But one op amp, another op amp, another op amp. This is for the headphones, obviously, because here's the headphones output. And all these caps, okay, these are 16 volts. These are 25 volts. These are 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. So, no, this part of the circuit doesn't run on 200 volts at all. That's for sure. And the thing is, this is a, oh, this is a controller. STM32. You can actually build, you can probably build a cabinet simulator, IR-based cabinet simulator on this thing. And another thing here, if you can see that, it says BACL-CRLD. This is for bass, lead, crunch, and lead, because all these preamps are based on the same board. So it's exactly the same board with a couple of different parts on it and with different jumper. So because this is lead, we have a jumper on LD right here. Oh, that's a good question. Where does the tube come from? I think it's a Rabi tube. Yeah, Chinese. Can you see that? So that's what's in stock. Well, as I mentioned, this is a hybrid preamp. Why? Because for lead sound, for high gain sound, we need at least 4 gain stages, I guess. And a tube has only 2. Considering that we have 2 channels. For clean channel you need 2 gain stages, for lead channel you need at least 4. So 6 gain stages altogether, and you can get only 2 from the tube. So another 4 must be coming from these op amps here and there. But my first question was, where is the tube exactly in the circuit? Is it involved in the clean channel completely, or is it divided between clean channel and lead channel? I already know the answer because I have already tested it, but let's check it out. What I will do, I will first of all just plug it in and play a couple of notes to be sure that it's actually working, and then we will remove the tube. And if any of our channels will still be working, it will mean that the tube is completely used for another one. Okay, let me put it together real quick. Oh, there's a connector. Okay, have to be careful with that. Okay, I think that will do. Probably like that. Let's zoom out a little bit. Here we go. Good, so I need cable. Ah, there's already a cable, and I need a patch. This one will do. Output. Into another preamp. I don't know if you can actually see it from anywhere. Oh, this camera is closed. Is this camera running? Ah, table. Oh no, I just found out that one of my cameras is disconnected. I'll try to connect it then. How about now? Should be working. Okay. Reset. Good. Ah, you cannot see it from here. No, you can actually. There's another 2 notes preamp here, which is clean, and I'm running it as a pedal platform because it's pretty good for that. So now I'm running lead into clean. I will be using the original power supply, which is here. I still cannot get used to the fact that the power connector is on the left side. This is so odd. This is so unusual for me, because all my pedals have connectors rather on the right or on the back. Good. Let's plug it in. And I just need a guitar. Yep. Okay, how about, why am I actually doing this? I just could go directly, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, because it's true bypass anyway. Good. Or something like a true bypass. We'll still have to figure that out. Is there anything, any sound going? Yeah. Good. How about the lead channel? Yeah, maybe something like this. Good, it works. So now let's remove the tube. I'll turn this thing off first here, and then this one goes off. I just hope it's not too hot. I mean the tube. Is it? It's okay. Good. So I'll try to remove the tube, and we'll see whether it's only used for clean or for a lead channel or for both. But I will actually, okay, I'll try to do it like this, but it's a little bit tricky because that board there is not really, it's not really solid. So if you're not careful, chances are you can break it. I'm talking about that other board which is right there. Okay, now it's out. Yeah. The Chinese 12AX7 tube goes here. Good. Take 2 without a tube. Oh, there was an LED somewhere there. We saw it on the board earlier. Good. So the sound is going through. Let's try clean. Nothing. Lead. Nothing. Fusion. Cold fusion. Hot fusion. Nothing. So the tube works for both channels. Half of the tube works for clean, another half of the tube works for the lead channel. Let's turn this off. And well, if I was building the amp, if I was building this preamp, I would use the tube in the very first gain stage, because apparently it is the most important one. I actually asked this question, but the manufacturer didn't answer. But I assume it is used actually for the very first gain stage. Input plug well connected. Yes. Because the sound went through. We checked it with a bypass. Let me put it back, but I will take the board out first. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know about the sound of the mic. When we will be checking the actual sound of the preamp, I will mute the mic and you will only hear the line input. Well, I also have an amp set up there with a cabinet and with a mic in front of it, because we will be checking these, well, because it's a full review, we will be checking it into power amp, of course, and into an amp, because that's what the manufacturer tells us, that this thing can be used as a distortion kind of pedal, tube distortion pedal. I have to say I haven't tried like that yet, and I think it will be a little bit tricky, but who knows. Okay, before we continue, I would like to take a couple of pictures for the full review, for the edited version, because as always the live stream will be edited later into something 15 minutes kind of thing, and will be published on my channel as well. So I want to take a picture for that one. Let's try to find the right mode on the camera. I'll just probably give you another camera for a sec. How about this one? It's a pity that I cannot see the settings on the camera from this angle. That would be really good to have. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the right one? Shit. Ah, here we go. So that would be... Nope. 3, so I have to click 3 times. Good. Let's go back to the table camera. Here we go. Oh, that's not perfect settings, let's say. Oh, okay, because it's in auto. All right, then I'm good with that. That was one. Maybe, can we zoom in a little? Yeah, like that. Maybe put it central, like that. Good. And well, there's another board here, but we're not gonna be taking it out because there's nothing on it, just pots on the other side. Nothing really interesting for us. And here's the other side of the board. That looks good. Nice, that will do. Okay, so 3 clicks back. That was probably this direction. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're back online. So let's put this thing together, starting with the tube. Like that. Wow, it's really tight. Okay, it's back to its place. 14 people watching, nice. Oh, there's this connector again. Okay. Good. Almost good. 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 All right. What's next? Let's put these things back. Well, my first question was, one of my first questions was, why is this thing this big? Because apparently it could be like 30% smaller, or maybe even smaller than that. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. I wish it was smaller, because then it would take less space on the pedal board. And I also wish MIDI plugs were on the back side, because that would make way more sense to me, and the power connector as well. Because this way, the way it is, okay, I'll turn it off for now, especially with the original power supply. The original power supply has a straight plug, which means if you're connecting it like that and want to put another lip preamp next to it, well, good luck with that. It won't let you do that efficiently. The same thing with MIDI connectors, because MIDI connectors are normally like that. If you plug it in, it's going to take a lot of space on the side. Good, so we've got 2 more screws for the DI output. Oops, come back. Ah, maybe this one. Yeah, this one works better. Although, with that being said, the DI output could also be on the back side. But, well, it is what it is. For some reason, they've decided to place it this way. I've explicitly asked about the headphones output, because that one could be on the front. That would make a lot of sense, because normally if you have it in a pedal board like this, you could just go and you're in. And this way you have to go on the side here. But they told me that there was a reason for them to put it on the side, because they wanted to make the length of the path. They wanted to make the path shorter to avoid noise. If that's true, if that really is like that, to keep the noise low, then I'm totally fine with that. Everything that decreases the noise is good. Alright, I think we are good. I can now close it. Nice. Which one was that? This one? Come on. Yep, that was one. Page 12 of the manual. We'll take a look at the manual, because there are many more things to check. There's probably that, what is it called? The connection options, to page 12, because well, let me get the manual. Because I have the printed version, I have the PDF version, but pages are not probably the same. So we're gonna need it anyway. Let's have it right here. Looks like H&K Tubeman. In a way, that one was really huge as well, right? Same 1-valve hybrid. Yes. And as well as the new AMT bricks, they're also hybrid, but they are tiny. They are like this. And they're only one channel. Here we have a lot of options, and what I like about this preamps in general, that the MIDI stuff are very flexible, so you can control your preamp from another device, or you can control another device from your preamp. For pedal board, especially MIDI compatible pedal board, it's a very good solution. Oh, come on. That's a long one. Good. I think we're good here. I'll just tighten this up a little bit. Or it's already tight. Good. So, we're done with the disassembly. Let me check the list. What else is on the list? Disassembly picks, tube placement test. Yeah, we've done that. Very nice. Bypass. Okay, so we've got a couple of more things to measure here. No Thomann was as big as this, no MIDI though. Right, but there were like 2 or 3 different kinds of Thomanns, I suppose. As I remember it, it was bigger. It was wider, but maybe not as deep into that direction. Good, so yeah, bypass. I want to know what kind of bypass this is, because when both channels are disabled or disengaged, the signal goes through, and I would like to know if it's an active bypass or passive bypass. If it's a passive bypass, is it a true bypass? Probably we won't be able to tell this, but we can at least check if it's an active or passive. So let's turn it on. So we don't need this stuff any longer. Just Google H&K Tubeman images. Okay, let's do this. If you say so. I remember this thing, it was really huge. H&K Thomann. All right, here we go. Yeah, I remember this thing. Maybe it's the same size, I don't know. But I remember that one being big and heavy as well. Okay, let's go back to this camera. Good. So both channels are disengaged. We don't need this page now. We can need it later. Now we need these connectors here for input and output. So the idea is we're going to be measuring the resistance between input and output, and if it's close to 0 or 0, then it's a passive bypass or maybe true bypass. I will probably need another banana plugs here. Let me get those. I'll be back in a sec. Oops, something went wrong. Okay, here we go. That's gonna be plus and minus. Good, let's go. This option. Oh, you cannot see it. Okay, then I have to do this. So, is it working? It is working. So, if it's going to be 0, then probably we have, yes, it is 0. So it's a passive bypass, probably true bypass. See? If any channel is enabled, then it's no longer 0. Good, we figured that out. What about the through output? We've checked it last time, but I'll just do it again. That's the same thing here. They're just linked, and if I turn this on, nothing changes. Yeah. So I'm talking about these two outputs here, about the input and the through output. So they are just linked inside. It's just like having a splitter. Hey, Ivan. Good day or good morning. Right. It's 9 p.m. in Berlin right now. This is where I am. Good, so this is done. What's next? True bypass, through true bypass, power supply. Okay, so this is going to be another funny topic here about power supplies. First of all, what was the other thing there? Current consumption. Let's do that one first. Let's check the current consumption, and then we'll check power supply, because it's easier this way. So we no longer need these connectors. We're gonna need my special magic device here. Here we go. This is just a piece of a nail that I used. Oh, for this test. And I'm gonna need. Yeah, we have power here. I will just take another one. I'll just mute it first, because otherwise it's going to be too loud for you. Good, so I'm going to turn it off. I will take this cable from my power supply. That one gives us 800 milliamps, so this must be, oops, stop. So this must be enough for this preamp, because it only needs 500 milliamps. Hey, come on. Yep. But we'll check how much exactly does it need. Good. I just need another power patch. This one will do. Yeah, the power is off, so this one goes in. But I will actually need the multimeter again. then I will need those 2 cables back. These 2. This one goes in here, another one goes in here. Because last time when we checked the Spring King reverb, we found out that it makes more sense to test the current consumption under load. So when the actual sound goes through the thing. And that's why we're going to be doing it a little bit differently today, considering that. So that's going to be, let me get another camera here. How about this one? Yeah. No, not good. Oh, well, you don't need to see me actually, do you? So as soon as I turn on the power and put this together, we're supposed to be getting some information. I hope it just works. And you know what? Unless you really know what you're doing, don't try this at home, because it may be a little bit dangerous. Well, it can be pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Good. Let's turn the power on. That would be 300 milliamps when it is disengaged. A little bit more with clean channel. What if I turn the gain up or volume? Nothing changes. Oh, something changes a little bit. What about lead? 44. Which means 440 milliamps right now. What about fusion mode? A little bit less. So the lead channel was the most hungry one. Let's give it some signal. Yeah, you know what? I can actually use another plug because that's a little bit safer for me. Yeah, like that. Okay, how about now? $46. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be 44, 46, which means 440, 460 milliamps. It's a little bit less than 500 that was written there. Good. So now we can finally turn this thing off. Why does the camera react on this? Yeah, I just did. I checked it at the highest gain here in volume, and it was still 440 or 450 or something like that. It's not a big deal. Good. So yeah, if you have 500 milliamps power supply, that should be more than enough for this preamp to run. So my magic device goes back into where it leaves here. Good. I think we no longer need this one, so it can go back. We may need this one though. Good. So now talking about power supplies. This thing comes with a power supply. In my case, it's a UK version, but if you're in Europe or in the States, you're getting European or American version accordingly. This one is for 12 volts and 1 amp. It's pretty tiny. It's very lightweighted. Well, let's actually check how heavy this one is, because we can do that. Work. Good. So let's go back to grams. 87 gram. This much in pounds. So because this thing was $911, so with the power supply it's going to be 1 kilo exactly. Please tell me where you got that little pin which connects to males. I think he made it. That's magic. How? For goodness sake, how? Well, I just took a, you know, a nail, a pliers, and just, you know, cut it. That's it. A nail, I mean, that you normally would put into the wood with a hammer. Good. So when I asked for this power supply, about this power supply, I was told that they have worked on it for a while and improved the design. So they told me it's not a typical Chinese power supply, even though it says it is made in China, as you can see. So I was told that it's better. Let's check if that's true. But because this test is really, it needs a lot of equipment here, I've pre-recorded it. I've actually run a test on 45 or 46 different power supplies, power adapters like this at TGU 18 in my hotel room at night. And that video is coming out probably in a couple of weeks from now, because I'm editing it right now. But I didn't have this one at that time, and more than that, this is a 12 volt power supply, and I only ran tests on 9 volts. But anyway, my setup will work with 12 volts as well. My question is how noisy this one is, because this is a switch in mode power supply. This is not a linear power supply, so there is no transformer in the traditional way. There are some more components, and they just work in a modern way, so to speak. And switching power supplies are very known for their noisiness. They're supposed to be really noisy because of the way they're built. Well, you can actually filter that noise out if you know how to do that. Let's see if they managed to do this. So I will I'll just put another file here that I recorded earlier today, and I will comment on it on top. And let's go. So as you can see, this is my setup. There are 2 multimeters, one on the right, one on the left. One on the right will be measuring amperage, and the smaller one will be measuring the voltage, such as we can see the voltage drop when the load is applied. And the first power supply is going to be a regular Chinese power supply from Ortega, which is actually a German company. It's for 500 milliamps. So this is going to be a typical switch in mode power supply, very noisy. Let's check it out. It goes into my buzz detector, which is basically a device which transforms the current into the sound. Don't ask me how, and don't try this at home. This is really dangerous. And there are 2 modes, with load and without load. First of all, we're going to be trying it without load to figure out how noisy it is. You will see the level meter on the left, which now shows about -16, -15.2. And now it is on. Yeah, so we see 9 volts right there. at one of the multimeters, and it's about 0 amperage, 9 volts, and it's about 14 something, minus 14 dBs. Now that it is on, at the lowest load it was about minus 8. Now we lowered it more and more and more, so we're getting all 500 milliamps from it. So this is its limit, and it's about 5.7, 5.6, minus 5.6 dBs, and you can actually hear, you could probably hear the noise. Yeah, because it's pretty noisy. There's a lot of hum going on, some buzz and stuff like that, and this higher frequency noise, which is very typical for switching mode power supply. Okay, let's get to the next one, but remember these numbers. It was about minus 6, minus 10, something like this. This is the typical thing for switching power supplies. The other one is going to be Snark 9-volt power supply. This is an American version coming from Dan Electro. Dan Electro guys were very kind to send this to me for testing. It's rated at 400 milliamps. Yeah, the knob is awesome. Let's plug this in, and I will use the same my British outlets with an adapter. Let's see how noisy this is. This one is. So we turn it on, and immediately you can see there's a peak at probably 200 Hertz or something like this, and it's hitting at minus 9.7. So it's pretty noisy as well. It gives us 9.6 volts, because it's rated for that voltage. Okay, at minimum load it's about minus 9 dBs, so it's about the same. Let's go higher to 400 milliamps and see what happens. The voltage drops a little bit to 9.5, and it's getting noisy. It's minus 6.8, 6.6. You can hear that high frequency noise going, and you can also see it at the frequency analyzer. Now going down because I'm turning the knob down. Alright, let's try another one. We just did this for the reference to get some feeling about... Yeah, this is the 2 nodes power supply. To get some feeling about how noisy power supplies actually are, switching power supplies. So this is going to be interesting to test this one against the previous two. Let's plug it in. It's already ready for the UK outlet. Go. And we're in. 5.6, minus 5.6.7. That's really bad. You can see 12 volts, but it's really noisy without load. Now with load it's about minus 11, which is better but still not really good. Let's go up to, it was 1 amp, it was rated at 1 amp. Let's go up to 1 amp and see what happens. It's really hard to hit those numbers with this knob here, because it's really sensitive. Okay, we're at 1 amp, it's about minus 16.3, which is better than the other two, but I'll show you a few more power supplies and we can compare the numbers. It's for different load. You can choose, you can pick the load with the knob, so it goes from 80 milliamps up to 1500. So this is AMT, the new AMT power supply, rated at 1500 milliamps, 1.5 amps, and you can recognize it by this big logo on the back. And this one was built in Russia, so the legend is that they were using regular Chinese power supplies just as any other company, but then they realized they're noisy and they have decided to build their own. And this one happened to be the winner, because look at it, without load it hits minus 27 dBs. It's better than anything before that. Now with load at 80 milliamps it's about the same, minus 26, minus 25 dBs, which is really good. Let's go up to 1500. Can we actually hit that number precisely? I hope so. The voltage drops a little bit, yeah. It's still at minus 18. So it is still better. At 1500 milliamps, it is better than the other one at 500. Let's check it at 500, just in case. Minus 26. So there's a 10 dB's difference. Okay, so this was the winner in the switching power supply section. This is another power supply. This is a linear power supply with an actual transformer inside, rated at 400 milliamps. Another power supply built in Russia. Another winner, one of the winners in that test that I've done at TGU. Let's check this one. Let's just compare the switching to linear. And without load, it's about minus 26, minus 27. So the other one, the one we just tested, was at the same level. With load, minus 26, and that one was rated at 400 milliamps. Let's go to 400 milliamps. Minus 26 something, minus 24. That's the level. Okay, let's check how much can we actually get out of it. Let's test its limits. We'll hear that. Yeah, now, at 1 amp, that's the limit of this power supply. So there's a lot of headroom also, because normally switching power supplies give you only 10% headroom. Here's another one I got from Dan Electro, Billionaire power supply for 9 volts, but the magic thing is it's battery based. There are 4 batteries inside and nothing else. They're just directly connected to the outputs, and this is gonna be the quietest power supply ever. Let's check this one, because this is gonna be the minimum noise thing. No other power supply can get you this power as clean as this one. Let's turn it on. Minus 50. See, there's still a huge difference. There is still something to, you know, to go for. And with the load at 80 milliamps, about, I think 37 or something like that, or 40, 100 milliamps, 46, 200 milliamps. Minus 43, so it's very, very quiet. No other power supply can get this close to these numbers. 400 milliamps, I'm really surprised that we can get that much out of batteries. Also about minus 40. Okay, and we're going back online. Now, so as you could just see, this power supply is better than a regular Chinese power supply, but it's still pretty far from the best ones. So there is still something to work on here, something to improve, which is good to know, because I'm pretty sure no one really properly tests this kind of stuff, because nobody really takes them seriously anyway. Good, so we covered that. Power supply current consumption, nice. I see a question here. You know what? Let me show you this device real quick, because I think it may be interesting for some of you. And compared to Strymon or Zuma, is it really better? Okay, I could probably do this next year at TGU, because the test I was talking about with 45 or 46 power supplies, those were adapters, 9-volt adapters, because we had to set some boundary conditions. Otherwise, I would have like hundreds of them. And time at TGU is really, really limited, and you want to use it as much as possible. So it would not be wise to spend 2-3 days on like 200 power supplies. I spent the whole night on just 45. But it was a good test, and if everything goes well, if everybody likes it, next time, if it happens, if TGU happens next year, we'll try to do it on power supplies, not on adapters, but on power supplies like modules. And then we can probably check the Strymon and others. Although there was a Strymon power supply, Strymon adapter in one of those tests. So I have it covered as well. Good. So what is this thing? I have input, two inputs here. They're actually linked together. So one of them is input, another one is through, or other way around, doesn't matter. Here I have the output for the to check the amperage, and here I have just regular output and guitar output. The difference is that there is a capacitor in between, so it kills the current when it comes in here. And I have another adapter which goes from here to another regular jack with a capacitor inside, so I could use an adapter, or I could go with a patch cable directly into my pedal. On the other side, oops, on the other side there's a huge pot. This is 150 watt potentiometer. This is how it works. And that's it basically. And I just put these numbers here because I've checked how much resistance I need for this amperage, and I know more or less where to go if I need, let's say, 200 milliamps. Yeah, in this mode it is just bypassed. This thing is bypassed, so there's no load, and if I need a load, then I just go like that, and I can go from almost 0 to 1500 milliamps. What is 80? Why do I say 0? It's not actually 0 because, well, it's not, but it's little. I'll tell you what, digital pedals normally take about, let's say, starting with 150 milliamps up to maybe 500 or more. And analog pedals like Tube Screamer or something like that, or distortion or overdrive pedals, very often they only need like 6 milliamps or 10 milliamps. So very, very low, almost 0. Hey Patrick, I used to work for Line 6. I'm an engineer. I'm friends with the guys at Strymon. Hey, very nice to hear that. I actually have 3 or 4 different Line 6 power supplies here. I've tested them all. I think one of them was pretty good, and I've tested even more at TGU, so that's all coming in the test. But I think the linear power supply from Line 6 was pretty good. The DC1 or DC1G, one of those, because one of those is switching, another one is linear. But I'm really glad to see people like you here. That's really awesome. Oh, good. We've covered a lot already, and we've been going for 1.5 hours. Shit, I was hoping I can make it shorter, but Oh, to measure the hum, I'm using two things. First of all, my measuring device, which is MTS2. And as you can see, all the knobs are set to maximum. Why? Why are they not set to 12 o'clock? Because, you know, if you set it to 12 o'clock, you cannot do it twice in exactly the same way. It will be a little bit, but different. So I just set it to maximum because that's the position you can always set, and it's going to be the same every single time. I'm even using exactly the same patch cables for the tests as I used in the original test to keep the results consistent. I'm using the same multimeter, all the same stuff, exactly the same setup to keep the results consistent. And this one goes from the preamp output. Why preamp? Because capsim will give me a high cut, and I don't want that. I want the flat, more or less flat frequency response, because this thing won't give me flat anyway. But I'm using the S2 basically for amplification, to amplify whatever is going on there, because there is noise. It's pretty low, so normally you wouldn't even hear it. But if you would use a power supply with, like, let's say, noisy power supply with this kind of high gain preamp turned all the way up, you will probably hear it. Definitely hear that. Yeah, and then out of preamp output, the signal goes right into my sound card, where I'm using Adobe Audition. Yeah, and that's it. There's a record set and another button with I on it, such as I can see level meters, and there's a number. That's what I needed, the number, because otherwise it's really hard to catch the value. And I'm recording all the time, so I can always find the maximum. Good. Let's go to the next part of this review. I was really hoping that I could make it quicker and shorter this time, but well, it's a lot to cover. Sound. Finally, we'll get to the sound. And well, how do we do this? Clean the, well, let me just plug it in and let's go and check it. Because there are tons of different options here. Tons of different options with this preamp. Many outputs, many possibilities. Good, so from here I will go into I will just go into the clean, because I have it right here, but the clean will be bypassed like that. Good. Let's turn this down a bit because it seems to be really loud. The clean is not getting any power yet. Now it does. Maybe this view would be more interesting for now. Good, so basically I just need a guitar cable and we can go. Yes, your tests are always thorough. In fact, I use your patch test on this channel to build my all my patch cables. That's very nice. I hope you could actually find those from the safe list, because some of them are really hard to find. I don't think I've ever seen Providence, these cables here, sold in Europe. Those are really rare. I've got them directly from the company. I wrote them an email and they were like, yeah, sure, we can send you some stuff, no problem. That was really cool. And then Ibanez discontinued their awesome patch cables for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe there was a reliability problem. I don't know, because I actually broke one. But other than that, I could put it back and it still works. So it's fixable. I don't know why they discontinued that. That was an awesome product. Good. Do we have any sound? I don't hear anything. Why is that? Keyboard. Ah, okay, because there's no power here. Now we're talking. Hey, Dmitry. Yes, nice red brick. It is. It is. Well, I wish I could keep it. Good. So we're back online with sound. I hope the guitar is actually tuned. It sounds like it is more or less in tune. So I will mute the mic and I'll go to the clean channel and play with it a little bit. I'll just set everything to 12 for now and we'll start from there. I'm actually going into a speaker simulator, which you can probably see on this camera. So this is my AIM-T Pangea right here. There's another, there's an impulse of 2x12 cap loaded into it right now. So I'll mute the mic and let's listen to the clean channel. I'll try to play a little bit with gain and volume to find out if there is any break up there, and if there is, how much breakup there is. Going back to bridge pickup. Okay, let's try to play with EQ a little bit. This guitar is not easy to play. It really needs to... it needs some practicing, because the distances between strings are smaller, shorter. So it's really hard to orient on it. But I'll try to play my regular riffs. Something like that. Okay, I've got a question. I soldered a custom 50-foot 24-volt cable to run from the back of the stage. It works great. What would you need 24 volts for? I wonder. I ordered a spare cable from Thomann. Oh, for Thomann probably. Okay, for $5. Then cut that in half and soldered it to extra length of cable. Well done. That's what I would do probably if I needed a solution like that. Max, maybe I'm wrong, but I hear some clipping. Maybe. Okay, let me turn the volume down a bit, and I'll play some more stuff then. How about now? Hey, Alex. Welcome to the live stream. Was it... Oh, I can hear myself, so I have to mute the... what is called? The control room. Does it sound any better now? Is there any clipping or not? The 24-volt again, shit, runs to the blue distribution box, which gives you several. Oh yeah. That's the Strymon system. Yeah, I know. Okay. Because I have to turn my volume here up a bit because I don't really hear myself playing, to be honest. That could be the breakup of the preamp, by the way. Do we have the... Where is it? Yes, the cap sim is on, obviously. Okay, let's go down like that. I can't really hear anything at all at this volume, but so I'll mute the mic and try again. That's a nice chord. Good, so it's better. Okay, then I'll watch the level. So that was the clean. I guess it's pretty clear. Compared to the clean, so here's the clean, the Fender kind of tone for you. Let's say I'll set everything to 12 as always. So that's gonna be the clean. And the clean again. So yeah, it's a little bit different kind of clean sound. Okay, good. Let's go to the distorted, to the B channel, channel B. That's a huge guitar, yes. With a neck. Yeah, it's an 8-string from Harley Benton. Let's take a close look at it, maybe. That's what it looks like. It's really big. I mean, the neck is really wide here. It's like classical guitar, but wider. And it's really, really thin, though. It feels thin because it is so wide. It's pretty heavy. 8 strings, fan frets, very new feelings, very, how to say, not unexpected, but it really feels differently than like a regular guitar. and I literally played it maybe 3-4 times until now. So when I'm trying to play some stuff I'm really used to play, it's hard to find my ways around this neck because it's so big. So I'm gonna have to spend some more time with this guitar to get used to it, to play it efficiently. Good. Let's go back to this camera. All right, channel B. Everything is set to 12. Yes, it is. Okay, let's just check the default sound, so to speak. And I'll mute the mic. I don't know about that, because it's really unusual. It feels really different. Just as you could hear now, I'm trying to hit the 6th string, but automatically I hit the 5th string, because my brain tells me it must be there, but it's not. Right hand adjustments needed. Good. Let me play with gain a little bit. Let's see how much gain does this thing have. Yes, this thing is hybrid, because obviously you can only get 2 gain stages from a tube, and there's obviously more. Yes, this is live right now. Hello, Emiliano. Or shall I say something in Italian? Whatever. Okay, let me play with the EQ a little bit, and I will try to find my sound, the sound I would normally go for. Your original chain from the pedal to our ears. Well, it's a guitar. It goes right into the preamp, and then from here, yep, I can show you that. From here, it goes into the clean, which is right here. But the clean is now bypassed. Now it's on, now it's bypassed. And we just figured out that this one has, and this one as well, a passive bypass, so the signal just goes through without any alterations here. But we will need it later, so that's why I'm using it now. From here, it goes into Pangea CP100FX, which is right here on the top. And there I have cabinet simulation going on with 2x12 speaker cabinet. That's it, and from there it only goes to sound card, and there's nothing else going on in the computer, so it just goes directly into the stream. So these are 3 devices here. I mean, we don't really need these ones, so it could just be this one and the Pangea. But later we'll be checking this one alone without anything else, because it can do that. It has everything you need. Okay. I'm hearing op-amp compression from the other room. How? There are op-amps in this one. So that may be it. I don't know. But you know what? It feels kind of okay. I mean, it doesn't feel like a bad transistor amp or anything. It feels fine. I don't know if it necessarily feels like a tube amp. I don't know yet, because I will probably need to play it really, really loud to get that. But it feels good. It's easy to play. Hi, you said my name correctly. It's actually in Spanish rather than Italian. You test yourself there. Thanks. But what I think your name is really easy to pronounce, isn't it? Impulse. Yes, there is an impulse, and you've heard that impulse in my recent videos on guitar cabinets. That's one of those cabinets. That's the 2x12 AMT cabinet impulse right here. No, the undocumented feature, we're getting to that. Maybe I'm wrong, but sound remind me of Marshall amps. Too much high frequency. Yeah, right now. But the thing is, this preamp is ridiculously flexible. That's what I found out when I spent time with it. Let's get this view on screen. Here we go. Because by just tweaking the knobs, these 4 knobs with this one, you can get a lot of different sounds out of it, and a lot will depend on the speaker simulation as well. But, well, let me try to find my sound, the sound I would normally use for the stuff I play, classic rock kind of thing. I'll mute the mic and we can try that. Still looking for my ways around this guitar, it's crazy. Okay, no dynamics. Well, let's check that out. I'll turn down the volume on my guitar to find out if it cleans up the way it's supposed to. Something like that. Well, I may want to turn gain down a bit, because that's a little bit too much gain for this kind of stuff. Let me try it again. Yeah, guitar with the treble bleed. Let's try that. I have another guitar for that. I don't know if this one has it, actually, because I didn't open it yet. But I will, for sure. Okay, let's try this one. This one surely has a treble bleed. That makes sense. Good. Okay, let's try it again. It feels so weird after 8 strings. It's like something is missing, and the strings are so far away from each other. It's unbelievable. But it's really easy to play this one compared to the other one. How about that? How does that sound? Treble bleed helps a lot with clean up. Yep. I guess I'll stay on this guitar. It just makes everything easier for me. Good. What if we play with the ukulele a bit more? Let's say, let's go for something evil, because it's a lead preamp. It's supposed to give us some really heavy and evil tones. Let's go to this guitar. And go down to D, maybe. Oh. Yeah, that will do. Okay, I'll mute the mic and play with the ukulele a bit. It's easy to play. It's actually a lot of gain, yeah, but it's easy to play still. Good. What about, I don't know, some lead kind of stuff? I'm not sure that this guitar is actually in tune, because I didn't play it for a very long time. That's close enough. Okay, let's try some lead parts, even though I'm not really good at that. Something like that. No, I'm not in A-B mode. I'm just on channel B right now. So we're still somewhere in the middle of the process. Okay, that works for me. Actually, there's still a lot of gain I could add to this to make it last longer. That's actually too much gain, more than I probably will ever need. There's one more thing I want to try with that guitar, even though I have no idea how to play this kind of music. But apparently it's a popular question nowadays. Does it gent? Let's find out. And I think I even have another pedal for that, which is noise reduction, which is nothing else but I think it's called Decimator, kind of clone. Let's try it with this thing. And at the same time, we'll figure out if it can actually take pedals like this. Okay, I think we're good to go. Mic goes off. I have no idea how to play this stuff. Okay, let's get back to Ibanez then. And I don't need the noise reduction anymore. So we still have hot and cold fusion to cover, right? I guess so. All right, this is easier to handle. So I'll just go directly into the lead once again. Let me try the, well, just this sound first, what it sounds like with Ibanez. Yeah, let's get to the fusion. First of all, I will try to get the clean tone and kind of distorted tone together. So it's going to be cold fusion. Right now it's hot fusion because it's red, so I'm going to the blue mode, which is a cold fusion, which means A and B channels are running in parallel. I have channel A going on as clean, and at the same time I have distortion from channel B at the same time. So the volume of channel B will be still here on this volume knob, but this one gets disabled in the fusion mode, so I'll turn this one down just to have a channel. So you see, it doesn't react on this one anymore because it's on this knob now. So this knob is for mixing the channel A into the sound. That's how it works. So let's set it to something kind of clean, and let's see what happens. So it's basically like a tube screamer going into the line in, because you have distorted sound, you have clean sound at the same time. So that's going to be the cold fusion. What it can be good for, it can be good for crunchy chords. Let's say we go to these two pickups right now, what this position is, and I'll play chords with distortion, but because there's clean sound, they're going to cut through better. Let's say something like there's kind of a little bit more attack with it from the clean. Good, let's go to the hot mode, and let's start pretty low, I guess, on the volume. And because the volume is already disabled anyway, on gain, and pretty low on gain here. And let's see what happens. Hey man. Crap, that's a lot of gain. So that's gonna be channel B on its own, and then I'm gonna turn on channel A together with it into the hot fusion mode. Hey man, then have a good night, and I'll see you soon. And for everyone else, I'll be checking how much gain we can actually get out of it, how much of a difference in gain. So I'll be going channel B, and then hot fusion mode, and you will hear that it's getting louder. So I'll just play one note quietly, and you'll hear the difference. I expected it to be more than this. Yeah, so there's some sort of a boost, and you can control the tone, make it more treble kind of thing, or bassy. That's it for the hot mode. Oh, by the way, I meant to not torpedo cap as in a video for IR loaders. What do you mean? What do you mean with that? We will be using... Oh, I don't have a torpedo cap, but we'll be using... Hey man! We'll be using... what it's called, the wall of sound, a little later. So okay, I think we've got this thing covered, let's check if it can take pedals. And for a pedal, I have a pretty funny one for you. Here it is. The new Tube Screamer, coming directly from Ibanez, because they asked me to test it and to do some stuff with it. So let's do some stuff with it. Let's connect it to this preamp and see and check if the lead can actually take pedals. So we're gonna need clean sound, clean channel for that. And I assume this Tube Screamer is not true bypass, but active bypass is any other screamer. So it's gonna hit the amp even in the disengaged mode a little bit harder than a guitar probably would. Good. Let's see if we are anywhere near the breakup. Sounds close to a breakup to me. Treasure. Yeah, the new tube. Okay, well, we'll just try it, probably. So I'll just turn everything down a bit. So the drive goes to 0, level goes to something like this. We want this one to be somewhere in the middle. Good. Oh, the mic, yeah. Let's play with this one a little bit. It blinks, exactly. As soon as I hit or I play the chord, the light goes off here. That's the new... Whoa, it's not really fixed, this little thing here. Yeah, the light goes off when I play. Yeah, that 8-string guitar is still in my head. Good, so now we're going like all the way. Everything is at maximum. Shall we try any other pedals? Do I have any other overdrive or something? I do have. Oh, let's play with this EQ here a little bit. Maybe that will change something. This one is really sensitive. Just like tone controls here, you can get a huge range of sounds out of this. Oh, we didn't check the we'll get back to that. The same here. Just turning these knobs up and down changes a lot. Those are not LEDs, there's an actual mini new tube. That's what they call it, new tube. But nobody apparently knows what exactly this is. But those are not LEDs, I guess. Yeah, one thing I didn't mention here, because we have this knob here we didn't try yet, which is the adjustment for the mid frequency. Let's try that. This thing alone makes the whole EQ very, very flexible. That's what I like about it. And when I played with it a few days ago, I managed to get anything from Brian May to like a very aggressive metal kind of tone. Good. So we've covered that. So now we're gonna go into the power amp. That's tricky. But let's try that. How? I will need another cable for that, right? Maybe. Okay, let me get this camera. So we don't need the tube screamer anymore. I have my multi-amp set up somewhere here. So there are a couple of different amps here. We're going to be running into this one because this is a very good platform for pedals and stuff like that. And there's an input, like a front input of like that works just like any amplifier input. There is a preamp to it, but you can also go directly into the power amp section if you go into this input. And that's what I will try to do. I have this thing set up here. You cannot see it. My live switching thing. It's right here. The true box of awesomeness. And I can switch between different cabinets or between different amps. So that's the plan right now. So we're going to be going into that amp, which is number 1 right now. So this one is set to 1. I will just switch this one into line input. And I will try to get some sound into that little box there somehow. Well, what time is it? It's 10:30. I think we can play for a couple of minutes. It's not such a big issue. Let me get another cable. Yeah, this one will do. So we will go from... Okay, you go away. Oh, it would be good to mute this one, which I just did. So I don't need the power, what is it called, cabinet simulation anymore. I will go from here, from the output, into my green box here. And in theory, we should be able to hear something. Just turn the volume down in case it's very loud. Good. Same guitar. And the cabinet is on the other side of the room, and there is a mic in front of it. Maybe you can actually see it on this camera, can you? No, not really. Ah, there's a mic right there in the corner. Good, I'll begin with clean. I'll try to get some sound out of it first of all. It works. Good, so now all I need to do is to rotate. Yes, there is a gun on the floor. Exactly. I use it as a chair sometimes, but it works. It's that kind of thing. Okay, so basically now my master volume is on the preamp. Now what I want to do, I want to route that mic into the stream somehow. This may be tricky. What if I do it like... I'll mute my mic and I'll try to give you the other one. It kind of works, but there's a hell of a lot of switching for me to do this way. Yes, they are the best chairs, exactly. Let's try some clean tone first with this kind of settings, and then I will switch into channel B. But to be honest, I have no idea what is going on into the stream right now when it's mic'd, because the mic is just in front of the cabinet, and it's not exactly across the cone. It's not placed at the center of the speaker, but at the edge of the speaker. So it must be good, but I haven't checked that yet, so I don't know. I will hear it when I check the recordings of the stream later. Maybe then I will know if I actually needed to do some adjustments. So, okay, let's try to listen to that. Well, maybe I actually have that mic somewhere wrote it. No, let's go in through this. Okay, I'll just play some clean stuff first. Hey man, take care, I'll see you soon. Was nice having you here. Well, that was the clean sound. It's pretty loud here in the room. Let's try some channel B. That must be because the mic is at the edge of the speaker, because here in the room it's pretty much high frequency oriented, high end oriented. I don't remember my own riffs. Shit. This is a 2x12 speaker cabinet from AMT with vintage 30s. How did that sound? Does it sound any good? Because I have no idea what it sounds like through the mic, to be honest. Here in the room it sounds awesome. This thing is really flexible, and the volume on the amp is set to about 50% or something like that. Good, that was the lead preamp through the power amp and through the cabinet and through the mic. I'm using SM57 for this demonstration right now. Good, so we've got that. Let's check the built-in speaker simulation. That would be interesting. So I'll turn this off for now. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, we can turn it off. We don't need it anymore. Sounds cool. Nice. Glad to hear that. Okay. So let's go into the... Oh, we can just take the cable out of the mic and go into the DI input. Nice idea. I'll just mute it first, otherwise it's going to be kind of loud. Okay, give me a sec, I'll be back. I'll be back in a sec. I'll just press a button here. Okay, I'm back. I have... Okay, do you actually hear me? Is the mic on? Yeah, the mic is on. So I have this XLR here, which I just pulled out of the mic. And I'll go into the DI out like this. And let's see what happens if we have any sound. Oh, this is going to be tricky, so which means I have to unmute this mic in the room, such as I can hear it. I don't hear anything. Ah, because there's a wrong mic. Good. Fuck, that's loud. So I have to turn the gain down. Probably that would be a good idea. How about now? Yeah, that will do. And so now I will just reconnect everything such as it goes into the stream, and I will mute my mic. I'll go to clean channel and play with that one, and then I'll go to the channel B and play with that one too. So now we're listening to... Oh, let me check something first. Yeah, so now we're going into DI out right here, directly into the sound card, directly into the stream. Okay, that was DI output. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is a ground lift. Let me check that. I actually don't really hear it that much. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. I think that's the guitar or a cable or something like this. Because with another guitar it was better. So yeah, there's some 50 hertz, 50 cycle ham going on. Let's check this thing. So I'll give you this DI output with cabinet simulation and without. So this is going to be with cabinet simulation, and now without. Sounds terrible, right? Without it. I would say this is pretty usable. This is actually the first time I'm trying the built-in speaker simulation, and I like the way it sounds. I mean, as an emergency solution in case there's nothing else available, it's pretty useful. Good, so we've covered that. How about phone's output? Let's try that thing. That's going to be easier to manage here, so I'll just need to mute that thing, unplug this shit, and just get my regular cable here with an adapter, and that will be headphones output. It's supposed to have the same settings, the same cabinet simulation on or off. Yeah, it sounds like a typical analog cap sim. Okay, let me route it into the stream, and I'll mute the mic. Okay, that tells me, oops, shit, what just happened? That tells me that the headphones output works just the way we expected it to work. What else do we have for today? Headphones, a fixed loop. Let's try that. But I think it would be really better to try it with another preamp together. So I will unplug this, I will go back into my cabinet simulator. Let's put them together. Output, input. So here's the clean. Oh. Yeah, that looks better. And I will need this cable to make them work together. This is a MIDI cable with all 5 pins connected inside of the cable, so they all wired, all 5 pins, because otherwise it doesn't work properly the way it is supposed to, in these settings especially. Good. Okay, and now I need an effect. Any pedal will do. So what do we have here? I'll just grab anything that comes first. That will be the chorus. The chorus pedal goes... Oh, I may want to switch the cable here. Yeah, because I will need longer cables for the other thing. And the short one goes in here. 7 people watching right now, wow. Thank you for staying with me for so long. Yeah, I found another cable, nice. Shut up, good. Okay, how do we do this? There's an send. And there's a return right here. Oh, those are tight plugs there. Good. So we are patched. Nice, just need some power. That will do. So now they all work together. So as soon as I pick any of these channels, all these channels go off and vice versa. So as soon as I'll be using these 2 channels, they should include the FX loop with a chorus in it. And this one will be clean, dry. No. Each of them has its own FX loop. So when you switch into the other preamp, this FX loop is disabled. And when I go back to this one must be working, but we'll check it out right now, because I haven't checked that yet. Good. Okay, there's a nice chorus. And then we'll just clean, dry. Okay, I'll mute the mic such as you can hear it better. That's how it works, yeah. As long as any of these channels is active, the FX loop is also active. When they're off, actually when everything is off too, there is no FX loop engaged. Good, so we've covered that. And another reason why I wanted these two to run together, because I wanted to try this lead preamp as a drive distortion pedal, because that's what the manufacturer tells us, that you can not only go into the power amp out of this one, but you can also go into a combo or in front of your amp and use it as a distortion pedal. And I think it's going to be tricky because distortion pedals or overdrive pedals, they use instrument level signal versus preamps using a line level signal, which is louder. So we'll figure it out right now if it actually works. I expect it to have a lot of high end. Yeah, it's pretty usable. But let's try it, why not? So we now have clean. Whoa, why is it so loud? I will turn this one on and try to dial a couple of things. We'll see how it goes. I'll begin with oh, so I'll have to turn this off, because otherwise I won't be able to operate them separately. Good, so I'll begin with channel A. I'll tell you what, it works, but it's kind of hard to control, because as I thought, there's a lot of high ends. So I had to turn this one down. I had to turn this one down a bit, because otherwise it's just too crispy, too harsh. The mid section is different than when it works on its own. So it's like feeding one preamp's output into another preamp. It's kind of weird. It works as an emergency, but it's kind of weird. I wouldn't do that normally. But well, the device can do this. So if there is no other option but just going into the front of the combo, that would work. Exactly same as plugging SS11, AMT-SS11 into an amplifier input, or any other preamp, S2 or whatever. Okay, well, we've got a few more things to cover. Because we're still here, let's check the MIDI. You have already seen the MIDI functioning with between the preamps. So when they are connected with the MIDI cable, they all work as one system. So when one preamp is engaged, all other preamps go off, like this. That's one option. Another option would be to use it with an external MIDI controller. That's what I was trying to do. I have this controller here, and I will plug it into my lead somehow, like this. Yep. Well, basically I don't need this one any longer, so I can just go and mute this for a sec, and you know, we don't actually need it anymore, I guess. I'll put it somewhere else, and I'll just go into the cap simulator from here. Good, that will do. So you can see both of these things here. I just need another power lead. Here we go. So this thing is set to work as a 3-channel amp controller. This one goes from clean to drive, and this one goes from crunch to lead. So pressed once, the default position is program change 0, and then I go like this, it goes to program change 1, program change 2. If I want to go to 0, I just press this one, or go back to lead, press this one again, and it goes to program change 2. And I want this one to react on what I'm doing here accordingly. How do I do this? There's a whole way to program this thing, but let me get some basic sound first. Let's say audio. Yeah, that will do. So now I want to program this thing to react on my incoming MIDI messages. I'll need a manual for that, because it's pretty tricky. Someone mentioned page 12. Oh, page 12, this one. I don't know how you can possibly put them this close together. So there are no cables in between. There are maybe just patch cables for the tiny plugs, but that's it. Factory configuration, that's not what I want. Oops. Yeah, MIDI programming. For some reason it does look, okay, now that's good. This thing is programmable, and if I want to get into the programming mode, I have to read the manual, pressing A while powering up. So I'll turn it off for now. I'll hold A and I'll plug it in. As soon as I release it, I'm in the programming mode. And there are a number of different things here, as you can see here in the manual on the top. MIDI monitor, MIDI learn, MIDI channel, PC number, multi-channel mode, factory reset, and firmware version. Let's go to firmware version. I have to press this one 7 times until it turns turquoise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that must be the 7. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be version 6, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the programming mode. And now I want to do the MIDI learn. So I go to the green screen and I press B to enter the mode. And I think now I'm just... let me check where I am. Okay, so I want to send program change 0. So I will turn on the A. Shit, what just happened? Okay, I'll just, do this. Okay? So now, apparently every time I'm going into program change 0, it goes to channel A. Good. So now I want to program the same thing for channel B. Oh, wait a sec. Program change. Yeah, that would be 1, 0. Good. Go into the green screen. Go in here. And now I want to turn on channel B. Good. So I just go program change 1. Nice. And let's restart and see if it works. It does work, just the way I expected. Okay, now I want program change 2 to be the hot fusion mode. Let's program that thing. I go back to the green screen and now oh, shit. Okay, let's do it again just in case I screw something up. Green. Okay, now I need hot fusion mode. Yeah, this one. And I go program change 2. Now we're good. Reboot. Channel 1, channel 2. No, channel 2, channel 3. Somehow, because this is a 3-channel setup right now. So I can be on clean. I can go to channel B. And if I need to, I can go further to the hot fusion mode. Nice, isn't it? Good. That was part 1. So as a part 2, I want to be able to switch my cabinet IRs on this device using the same foot switches here, or maybe the same foot switches here. Well, let's see how that works. I'm gonna need another cable for that, I guess. Yep. So I'll just how to do this better. I'll just use this cable because it's better for that, probably. MIDI in. Nope. Need to use another one. Oh, come on. MIDI in. Nah. Okay, give me another one. Give me this one. Okay, I'll just put it like this maybe. Don't I have any other cable? I probably don't. Oh, but that will do. Or no? This will do. Yeah, that's good. That will do. And we can just use this one here. Perfect. So I want my impulse responses to switch accordingly to my channels. And I have a few cabinets here. Let me check what we have. Let's say this would be my clean, this would be my, can you see that? 54. That would be my channel B, that would be my hot fusion. So for clean I want 54. So how do I program this? I open the manual and now I'm going into the red mode. So it's going to be PC number. Here we go. So we're in. What happens now? Oh, okay. So now I need to set the X. What is the X? Every time you press foot switch or go into a different mode, it sends a MIDI program change, which is X plus 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on what foot switch you just pressed. So I need to set it to 54, I guess, which means I have to press this one 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, so we need 54. 3 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. That must be 54. Good. So do I need to do anything? No, I just need to reboot because it's already saved. Good. So now if I go to channel B, look at this. It goes to my channel B impulse. I go to channel A, it goes to my channel A impulse. I go to the fusion mode. That's 57 and that's 56. That's exactly what I wanted. Good. Now, what if I switch channels using the foot switch here? It will be switching my channels, but this thing is set to MIDI through. So it reacts on the incoming messages, but it doesn't translate them into the new channel message, so to speak. So because I had program change 0 here, it goes through the lead into this unit here and activates MIDI program 0 or 1 or something like that. So that's the thing. If you want to control this may be flexible setup for something else, by the way. But yeah, I can control the lead from the foot switch and I can control the Pangea from the lead. And if I need to, I could actually set this thing to react on both of these, because this one is very flexible too. So that would all work together as one system. Okay, now, because we've just done a hell of a lot of programming, how do we reset it? Because well, I don't want the next guy who plays with it go through this and have that mess. Well, there's another mode for it right here. We can just go into programming mode again, and we have to go to the blue screen and press B. Oh, and then we probably have to press A and B once again. Let me check. A and B switches together. Now it's reset. And we can check that. Let me reboot it. I will try to... Yeah, this is what happens. This is the default programming as it is there. And I need it to be 55. Good. Have we covered everything here? MIDI monitor, we don't need that. MIDI learn, MIDI channel, we don't need MIDI channel. It's Omni, MIDI Omni right now, but you can set it to react on any MIDI channel. PC number, we did that. Multi-channel mode, that's an interesting thing. Do you remember that situation when we had two Lee preamps together working as one system via MIDI cable? You can actually turn that functionality off, and then you will have two preamps. They will be connected with MIDI via MIDI. They will let all the MIDI messages through, but they will not work as one system. So this is called multi-channel mode. You can turn that off. By default, it is on, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, factory reset, we covered that. Firmware version, good. I think we're good with this section finally. Okay, I'm very happy about it because there are still more things to do. We covered that. Okay, the wall of sound and the undocumented feature. What do you want first? The undocumented feature on the wall of sound? Write me in the comments and I will clean this mess a little bit meanwhile. Because we don't need this thing any longer, and we actually don't need the Pangea any longer. We don't need any of those but the preamp. I don't know where to put this. Good. Is there? Yeah, there is. Output. Oops, that was a bad decision. Undocumented secrets first. Alright, let's do this. Let me just mute this. Do I need to mute it? I need to mute it in the... here, in the stream. Good. And I can turn this off. Finally. The undocumented feature. Well, some people, and I'm one of them, prefer to use their preamps on the table, like this, as a desktop version of an amp. And if you do this, from time to time you need to use your phone. And where is my phone? It's here. And from time to time, I'm using my phone to make video calls, and there's no place to put it. But with this preamp, I don't know why they did it like this, and I'm pretty sure they never thought of this. But I can put my phone right here, and it's a perfect, holder for my phone, or like that. It works just fine. Look at this. The camera here, I can see the screen. I can see everything. Okay. Well, now let's check if it can actually hold a tablet or iPad or something like that. And as a matter of fact, it can do that too, and it even fits perfectly, because this width is just like it was made for it. Look at that. Oh, let me zoom out a bit. Oh. Here we go. It looks like it was just made to hold my tablet. Like that. Yeah, excellent phone holder, that's what I'm talking about. Or I can put it like that, and it still works. And I'll be using Lee Clean and Crunch as my pedal platform for my future videos, and this is where I will be putting my phone or pad when I need them, because it's looking right in my face at a perfect angle. I can turn it on. If it's on, yeah, it's on. You can probably see me there. And you know, do the stuff. Let me get that on another camera. Maybe like that. Look at this. Perfect present for girlfriends and wives. Phone holder. Call it the phone holder. A sophisticated one with extra functions, right? Like this or like that, or this way, or that way. Is there any other view? Yeah, this view would be cool. Look at that. That's what I call the undocumented feature of Lead. 2 notes lead preamp. This is what it looks like when it's on my table right in front of me, looking right into my face. Isn't that cool? I will definitely be using this feature. Good. And the final thing for today is the wall of sound. And for that, I have another cable right here. I don't need my phone here any longer. I don't need a manual neither. I just need a cable. And the wall of sound is huge. It actually deserves its own review because it's so complex and so powerful. It's incredibly powerful. Let's try to... Oh, how do I show it to you, by the way? That's a good question. Because I'm gonna have to load it into something. Let's say Audition. I'm trying to do that right now. I will need guitar here. And I will need to show you the table and the... what is called the screen at the same time. Open recent. Yeah, give me the default session. That will probably do. Oh yeah. So it's already set up in a way. So the sound must be going through. I'm not sure if there's any effect on it. No, there isn't. Of course, no, there isn't. So, let me route it to the stream. Now you should probably be hearing some clean guitar. Dry guitar. Good. And I will try to load the plugin. I have to look for it first. Here we go. 2 notes, wall of sound. And now I will try to show it to you somehow. Okay, here we go. Oh, I like this mode. Okay, so I guess this one will do. Basically, I just have Clean sitting on my table, and let's make it nice. Let's make it nice. Okay, while I'm doing this. Okay, so I want that view. Where is it? Create virtual input. Good. Okay, so now I need... I'm setting cameras Not a front cam, but maybe left cam would be better for that thing. Oh. Okay. No frame then. Position. How about this? Oops. That's too far. I'm trying to set cameras such as you can see everything what's going on everywhere at the same time. Okay, that would be good. Crop. Yeah, that's nice. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that would be one. That would be two. And now I need to show you the table. Multi-view, table cam. Doesn't really matter. Let's maybe zoom in a little bit like that. Or maybe all the way. Yeah, like this. That's nice. Then I don't need to crop it. Good. Position, zoom out. And then let's put it there. Maybe zoom in a little bit. You know what? I actually want to crop it because it will look way better then. Crop X, crop X2, and then make it bigger. Yeah, that's nice. Good, so now you will see what I'm talking about. Here we go. So, this is what it looks like, what the torpedo wall of sound looks like when you first open it. Let me check if there are any questions in the stream. Need to make switches to pick up calls. Yeah, put switches. That would be cool. Yeah, that's true. But still, that's a very nice feature. Okay, let me go back to the... are we going for... Wow, 3 hours 20. Crap. It's been longer than I expected. Okay, let's go back to that funny screen with all the stuff set. We have preamp here, we have me here. And we have the wall of sound right here. So basically now it is linked. Oh, can you actually hear anything? Yeah, now you can hear something. Let me check if it actually goes into this. Yes, it does. Good, so now there are two channels and they are linked. There must be a link switch here, so I can turn off a part of it. So now just in mono mode. I have my cabinets here. A lot of cabinets here already. Oh, and they all are available. Some of them are available, some of them are in the store. And there was a way to turn them off somehow. I think like that. Yeah, so now I have only available on my computer cabinets. For guitar and bass, oh, there's more here. And because I have all 4 preamps, I registered them all and I have cabinets from all 4 preamps. But let me try a couple of different things. For example, this one is supposed to be Vintage 30, isn't it? Was there any other one? Yeah, I think that was the one I liked the most, or maybe Silver Gen. No, definitely not. Oops. You can also go like that and like that and pick them here. Tons of options. Oh, there is some information here. The original box AC30 GMI. That's exactly what I wanted, with silver bell 12-inch speakers. Okay, give me this one. Good. How do I go back? Close. So now what I have set here should sound like Vox amp. And it does! I'll mute the mic and play with it a little bit. But it only goes into left channel. Why? Ah, because it's set here to go to the left channel only. How about now? The same thing happened when I tried it for the first time. I just tried to do some adjustments and the sound just stopped for some reason. So what I will do, I will close it and I will open it again. VST effects, 2 notes. I hope that will help. I don't need it linked. And I want my cabinet back, because I kind of like that one. Voice 30 with a little bit of compression, it really helps. Distance, oh, give me close, and panning to the center. Let's do it again. It stopped working again for some reason, I don't know why. And restarting. Oh, yeah, restarting it doesn't help for some reason. Shit. Okay, that worked. Okay, give me back my cabinet. I need 57 actually. Here. I don't need power amp. I don't need it. Yeah, that will do. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that vintage modern switch again. And stuff like that. Well, with a little bit more tweaking, it can be sounding exactly as my favorite Brian May tone. Okay, let me check if there are any questions yet. Well, you don't need English to be sufficient in guitar effects. Good, let's maybe try a few more settings and I think we're done for today, because this is really, it was a really long stream. Quick play. Good, so we're back. I really like the sound. I mean, this thing together with the wall of sound makes it a very flexible ultimate tool. From Brian May to death metal, just as I said. Let's go for something maybe evil. I don't know, what's this thing? It looks like Mesa. It's the open back Mesa. No, we don't need that because it sounds shitty. How about this? Must be the Marshall AV 1960 AV 4x12 with vintage speakers. How about this one? Let's check it out. I didn't even change anything here. It sounds completely different, and it sounds like a big cabinet in the room. Let me make it more aggressive, maybe. Okay, good. How about some Eddie? Do we have anything from Eddie here? Angle vintage something? I think there was something like Eddie. It says Eddie, so it must be some kind of brown sound. I don't know. Let's try that. Maybe give me more mids or something. I think you got the idea. This thing can do a lot, and there is so much more to it. Let me just show you the other mode, because there are two modes basically. This is called, I don't know what it's called, simulation mode or something like this. And you can also change the room. Let's say if you put the mic further away, then changing the room here, I'll mute the mic, will change the whole reverb situation. That's a really good option to have. And then let's go to the regular, what is called? The regular, you know, mode. Simulation mode. Here we go. There's more to it. So basically this is the power amp section, which is now off. You can turn it on, you can pick another tube type for the power amp section. I'm fine with EL4034th. Input section, where you can see the input level. Cabinet. Let's go back to my favorite Silver Gen? No, the other one. This one, yes. And distance, let's put the mic closer. You can change the mic, you can move the mic this way, left and right. So you can put it to the center of the speaker. I think something is not really working here right now, because it doesn't really change the sound for some reason. Whatever. This is the biking section, and then there's a EQ section, exciter, compression. That's nice to have. The reverb with all those different reverb rooms, and the store, because you can actually go into the online store and preview all those impulses they have and purchase them right here. There are 2 impulses running now. That's probably why it sounds so weird. Okay, that could be that could be the reason for that. Yeah, exactly. But it still sounds a bit strange, maybe because of this. Yes, and I don't need that much reverb. Good. Okay, let's check this mic placement. This kind of sounded nice. So you can run more impulses at the same time. So this is the second impulse, and then you can add more and more and more to it. I don't know what's the limit. The biggest preset I've seen, I have seen one preset with 4 impulses running at the same time. I don't know why would you need so many. I would be doing fine just with 1, but well, it can do it. This. Lots of different mics, lots of different settings. As I said, this thing is crazy. Okay, is there anything else we still need to cover? No, I'm not using 2 languages here on my channel for multiple reasons. Biggest one of them is because we have people watching us from outside of Russia who don't speak any Russian at all, and for them it's a struggle. Just as for some Russians it is a struggle to speak and understand English. But the good thing is, this video, this whole string will be edited down to 15 minutes or 20 minutes, probably a little bit longer with this preamp. And then it will be published on my channel, and a couple of weeks later it will be available in Russian on one of my partners' channels, probably on Hard Sound. I'm losing my voice because I have already prepared 2 videos for Hard Sound. Two notes related videos are already done, so they are going to Hard Sound probably next week in Russian, and I want to keep my channel in English. That's the idea, and whatever Russian is going on Hard Sound, pop music, skiff music, those 3. Yeah, I guess so. And I'm thinking about maybe doing some more international stuff. We'll see. Let me check the list real quick, just in case I forgot about something. So we've got the wall of sound, which is very complex. We just barely scratched the surface. we've got the phone holder, and we've got it all. Pros and cons. Pros and cons. Let me mute it real quick. First, yep, done. So I can get rid of my guitar and just go through pros and cons real quick. This thing is big and heavy. This is what I don't like about it. I wish it was smaller. I wish it was lighter than this. But it is what it is. And it is usable like this, as it is. It's well built, I would say. It is certainly a custom built enclosure and stuff like that. So I can see that there was a lot of work put into this, especially in the software. The way it all works together is flawless. It just works. There is no bugs or glitches or anything like this. It just works. And that's a very good thing. While more cons, as I mentioned, the plugs could be MIDI plugs, MIDI inputs, outputs could be in the back. That's what I don't like. What else I don't like about it? The power supply could be better, but no one cares about them anyway, so it's something really, really optional, and the boss didn't start about it yet. I hope it will start with my video in a few weeks from now about power supplies. What else? Is there anything bad I can tell about this pedal other than it is big and heavy? Let me think. It's getting warm, which is nice, so we get in a nice warm sound and nice warm feel. There is a ventilation here, so it's not gonna overheat, which is cool. There isn't much bad I can tell about this pedal, really. Knobs, all the pots are really tight. They're really smooth, and they are all connected to the enclosure with a nut. It's called nut, probably. So it's all pretty solid. Is there anything good I can tell about this device other than that it works flawless together with the software? Yes, it is very flexible. These tone controls can literally give you any kind of sound with the combination of the right cabinet simulation, and that's a very good thing. What else? Price-wise, let's just maybe go to Thomann and check the prices on tube preamps, and we will see an interesting thing maybe. Where are we? Right here. So I'm at Thomann right now. Guitar bass. I wonder if we can actually get there like this. Maybe effects, or maybe not. Multi-effects, blah blah blah, stuff like that. No. Distortion pedals, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for preamps, specifically for tube preamps. Are these pedals, are any of them tube based? Shit, there's too many. Okay, then let's go back and let's go to guitar amps. I think it's gonna be this one. Guitar preamplifiers, that's what I was looking for. Okay, Okay, give me price low to high. Okay, that's not what we need. Yeah, I think it starts somewhere here. This is for the bass. This is a tone thingy. Laney, that's not really a preamp. More. I think this thing is digital. Partially like this. So, here we go. The cheapest tube preamp. Well, okay, hybrid preamp with a tube. Because at least I haven't seen anything here with a tube. Well, because this one is not a preamp, basically. It's an interface. And I probably are going to be looking at it pretty soon. So the cheapest one is one of the Lee preamps. Well, in B stock, yeah. But here they are at 250. Okay, let's continue. So what's next? Koch amps. I don't know what that is. Seymour Duncan, Fishman, 2 notes. Clean. Why is it here? I think it was supposed to be here. Ah, okay, because for that one they have a higher price. I don't know why. Okay, next page. And only here at 360 we see AMT, which is also tube based. But this one is like it's not hybrid, I guess. It's all tube, 3-channel preamp. But these are the things that you would normally compare. AMT SS11 to 2 notes lead, and here in Europe at least, it is €100 cheaper, 100 euros cheaper, which is a big gap at 250. That's what I'm talking about. So that's another pro, I would say. That's another good thing about it. That price-wise, it's affordable. Yeah, if you want to run the whole setup with 2 or 3 of them, that would be more expensive. If you want 2 preamps, that would be 500 already, and then you will probably need a power amp or a speaker simulation. But it can work alone with anything else, without anything else, because the wall of sound comes with it, and this software is free, which is a very nice part of it. Okay, I guess my English-speaking viewers already heard me speaking Russian, Japanese, and maybe a bit of Italian, other than English and bad English and terrible English. So I don't think they're going to be scared. All right. Well, it was a very long video about this thing here. Yeah, IMT is expensive in Europe. That's true. And I think we covered pretty much everything. I hope we did. Because I was trying to be very careful while writing the list to have everything covered about this preamp. If for some reason I've forgotten anything, just let me know, ask your questions in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. I also have a possibility to address these questions directly to the manufacturers, and sometimes they answer. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. There's one thing I've forgotten. Here we go. You may be curious about this DI output, because what happens if you plug this into a mixer and then the guy at the mixer press phantom power button? What happens then? I'll tell you what happens. Nothing. It is phantom power protected. That's what the manufacturer told me. We can also check that. Why not? I still have a cable lying around somewhere here. Here we go. Let's plug this in, maybe just in case. Yep. and I'll just turn the phantom power on, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be channel 1. So the phantom power is on. Nothing is happening. It still works, I suppose. Let's maybe connect it into something to check if it really works still. So I'll just unplug this one because we don't need it anymore. We just phantom powered it already. Yeah, it works just fine. It works just fine. And here is the direct signal. Well, not the direct signal, but it goes through my Pangeo, of course. So it works. Phantom power will not kill it, which is very good. Any other good things? Probably, but I'll have to sleep on it, and I'll give it all to you in the edited version, as always, at the end. And for now, with all this being said, thank you very much. I appreciate this stream. Thanks for hanging out with me for such a long time. This is insane. I think this is the longest stream I've ever done on this channel. We're going online for like 3 hours 47 minutes now, which is crazy, and my voice is gone. I need some rest. Well, here we go. So again, thanks for hanging out with me. You probably already subscribed, so I don't have to tell you this. As always, you know, comment, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.